Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representative, will you agree that your conduct on March 30th was wrongful?
Representative Johnson.
My conduct on that day was what I felt compelled in my heart to do for my constituents. That is your answer, sir.
Representative Bolso.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will you agree, Representative, that your conduct on March the 30th constituted disorderly behavior?
Representative Johnson.
I don't think I'm going to agree with you on anything, quite frankly. I mean, we've voted the same a lot of time in this body, but what I'm going to agree to is that I may have broken a rule, but the words in this document are false, and I did what I was compelled to do based on speaking for the voters in my district who were begging me to bring this issue forward.
Representative Bolso.
Thank you, Speaker. Representative Johnson, did you hold up a sign?
I've spent much of my life dedicated to helping children. Appreciate you guys. You just made me get teary-eyed. And I really want to thank you for standing with me, because I know you care about children. And I hear a lot of talk about caring about children, but I continue to hear no one having conversations about things that will prevent gun violence from coming to our doors. There are so many things we could do that would change the trajectory of where we're headed. More school shootings, more church shootings, more Waffle House shootings, all of these, theater shootings. It's happening everywhere, folks. There's one common denominator. It's the guns. It's the people that have the guns, because we are not doing anything to make sure that people who are not safe don't have guns.
Mr. Clark, take the vote.
Aye, 65, 30 nays.
House Resolution 64 fails.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move adoption of House Resolution 63.
Seat as a member of the House of Representatives in the 113th General Assembly of the state of Tennessee, elected by the 86th Representative District. Whereas Article 2, Section 12 of the Tennessee Constitution provides that each House may determine the rules of its proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and with concurrence of 2/3 expel a member, but not a second time for the same offense, and shall have all the powers necessary for a branch of the legislature of a free state.
It is indeed a sad day for us in the state of Tennessee, with the loss of Representative Justin Jones from this body. It is a victory of this movement that still says it matters to end gun violence in the state of Tennessee. This movement that still says it is time for just action and just reforms in our state, and to still have Representative Gloria Johnson serving in this House.
To the NRA, we can't be beholden to organizations that don't want to see us make progress on.
We spoke up for gun control and the end of gun violence. We're here today. We're being sought to be expelled from this, the People's House, for speaking up about the need for gun control, because we broke some House rules. We're here today because of House Resolutions 63, 64, and 65. Rules, I will tell you that I was never told about. I learned about more rules in this House and our state constitution in the last 5 days than in my entire tenure. Then we'll ask them after.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm here because the people in District 86 asked that we might fight for justice against the status quo here. I'm here because we are subversive to the status quo. One that is young, one that is diverse, one that calls into question the ways that we have been operating that are not working. Because if they were working, those kids would be alive. Larry would be alive. People in our communities and in our families, TJ would be alive. If the system was working the way it was supposed to, because my cousin would be alive. But
Representative Pearson.
thank you, Representative.
And the NRA, we can't be beholden to organizations that don't want to see us make progress on gun.
Because we are going to continue to fight for just legislation. We're going to continue to fight to ensure that more lives are not lost to the epidemic of gun violence in our communities. And so, yes, if I'm expelled from this house, I will not have the opportunity to fight for that legislation as a member, but you can believe that I will continue to fight for our communities and to fight for just legislation in the state of Tennessee.
Representative Warner.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll call for the question.
Question's been called. There's objection. We're voting on previous question.
Come on, Senator.
Objection. The motion reconsider is tabled. Pursuant to Article 2, Section 12 of the Constitution of the State of Tennessee, I hereby declare Representative Justin J. Pearson. Next order, Mr. Clerk.
Welcome.